What up, family? It's your boy King Obatuna. I'm back again with another episode. Today, guys, I am here with a legend in the film industry in Uganda. This guy is a video director. I mean, he does so many different things, but I want him to introduce himself, and I finally got the opportunity to sit him down so we can have this conversation. So, bro, please, tell me who you are.
Hey, what's up, man? What's up, King Obatuna? My name is Sasha Vybz. Well, original names, my African name is Kankwasa Ian.
Oh.
I'm a filmmaker, music video director, scriptwriter, DOP, name it all. Anything to do with filming, I've tried and done it all. But
really?
Currently, I'm more focused in directing and direct photography. Yeah.
Did you start out as a director?
Well, not really. I mean, I think I've always had a passion for just creating stuff because to me, filmmaking was always mysterious, and I always wanted to create content. Well, I didn't know how to, the whole basics and stuff. So I remember when I finished my Form 6, well, that's like high school. I really wanted to get into the game and just see how all these movies were made. I was curious. I mean, I was watching all these Hollywood movies. I didn't know how all these things were being made. So little boy from Africa, I just ventured on this journey to, start trying to create. So I found myself involved in photography. So I remember I was taking pictures for models, well, here and there, and I remember there's a friend of mine who called me up to his studio. So I actually started taking pictures for models and stuff. Okay. So I found myself using the small cameras, the DSLRs.
Yeah.
So I think that's the time when, those cameras now started shooting video.
Yeah.
And then I was like, what the heck? I might as well just get this camera and then start shooting. So I found myself, shooting a few videos for friends, a few artists who were my friends, and then, 13 years ago, my journey started from there, and I joined video.
So you never went to film school or anything like that?
Well, story for film school comes later because I had done that for 3-4 years, and I believe that almost every great cinematographer and every great videographer, you have to have a photography background because photography kind of makes you learn so many things, so many tricks.
Indeed.
I mean, you can be shooting right now in just a few seconds, and the sun goes down. You have to change the aperture.
Indeed.
And boom, you have to switch and stuff. So I feel like that background kind of ushered me into this whole new industry of filmmaking. So when I had shot some stuff, I was like, you know what? Because Uganda back then didn't have, that's like almost 2010 or 2009, didn't have most film schools or the technical skills here. So I found myself joining South African to go and upgrade my skill. And that's when I joined film school for like 2 years, just to go and upgrade my skills and, go back and just...
You did that here or you went?
No, I went to South Africa.
South Africa. Okay,
I went to South Africa for film school for 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Man, that's amazing. So which area are you from in Uganda?
I'm from Kabale.
Kabale.
I know you like Kabale.
Yeah, bro, that's my home over there, bro. I love Lake Union, bro. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I love it out there.
I'm from Kabale. I grew up there, but you know how the system here works in Kampala, in Uganda, is like most of the time it's like
you gotta
the best
come to Kampala
schools,
eventually.
you have to eventually come to Kampala. So I found myself, because I was in boarding school, I would probably be at home. I remember I started joining boarding school when I was in primary school, like primary 3. So I would just move for 3 months and come back home, and the system's here just like that. Yeah, but I'm originally from Kabale, born and raised, and I'm proud to be, man.
That's what's up, man.
It's the motherland, I would say. That's
indeed, man.
Yeah.
So I wanted to also ask you, because I see that you're like a big Pan-Africanist. I follow your Instagram, and I've seen a lot of things you post on the Pan-Africanist community.
Yeah.
Is the Pan-Africanism big in Uganda?
I feel like it is deep down inside. It's there, but I think people here lack the spark, or even the room to be able to explore, or even usher, or even speak out about all these things, or be able to form. I mean, Pan-Africanism has been the spirit of, first of all, if you look at great people like Kwame Nkrumah, Nelson Mandela,
I follow Marcus Garvey.
Nyerere. Okay. Marcus Garvey, and a few here, our president is himself, he's a Pan-African. I mean, it's the league of all these Pan-Africans that shape Africa and the way it is. And me, back in school, I used to study history, and I used to love history so much that, I for myself, I kept asking myself, what were these guys up to? Like, there was so much oppression back in the days that I respect these guys so much because they managed to speak out and raise their voices and cause revolutions and shape our countries to what they are today because they chose to speak out. So yes, Pan-Africanism is there deep down in the Africans, but I think it has something to do with the awareness now. Like people need to be able to, because we study these things in history, we study these things in our classes, but
Yes.
somewhere somehow we tend to study more. The biggest percentage that we study is more about the Europeans than the actual Africans. So somewhere somehow there's an imbalance of what we're supposed to study and how can we be able to practice these things. So it's it kind of gets weakened. I think when you start leaving a high school or primary school, and then you get into these old distractions and stuff. So you find people that, yes, they've studied about the greats in African history, but can they be able to pick all the lessons they learned from these Pan-Africanists to the actual life or put them in? So that's where there's a kind of a disconnect.
So do you feel like Pan-Africanism could be more beneficial to Ugandans who are upcoming, or do you think it's something that only like certain people at a certain point in their life should get into? Do you think like younger people should get into it now, or older people, like once they have an understanding of Pan-Africanism?
I think Pan-Africanism is not supposed to be about the age or what time. It's pretty much supposed to be about like what you breathe, eat, drink every day. It should be a way of life for most Africans. But I feel like they do not explore that, since there's so much in our curriculum that is there that I would say useless. That doesn't even help us. So I feel like there's a disconnect somewhere somehow. And yes, I hope and pray one day the education system here is changed to be able to have Pan-Africanism as one of those things, because Pan-Africanism shouldn't be about violence, shouldn't be about attacking people, shouldn't be about racism. No, Pan-Africanism is pretty much African people standing up for themselves and being able to support themselves and being able to raise the country and the awareness, and the oppression that we faced for so many years. So that's why I feel like it should be a way of life, not something like they attain later.
All right.
Yeah.
So I want to get back to you as a film director. I wanted to ask you, when you first started doing this, filming and being a director or just anything in the film industry, did you see yourself now where you, well back then, did you see yourself now, like where you are now?
I never, but you see, I believe in spirituality. I used to dream of this. I used to see a whole different picture in terms of who I am today, but like it was so hot. Like when you just sit down and just think about something that one day really I want to be there. I want to be recognized. I want to be able to create stuff. So I really never saw this, because when you dream and you stop somewhere somehow, you get more than what you deserve. Because you live and want that thing every day. So I really never saw myself, but I kind of knew I would get that because I believed in the things that I was putting myself into, that for sure somewhere I was a part of something great. So yes, did I see myself? I dreamed about it, but now I see myself there. So
Okay.
I feel like somewhere.
So was it easy for you to achieve all these things?
No,
or
man.
was it very difficult?
No, it was never easy, bro. It was never easy. When you come from Africa, it's never that easy. I mean, it's because of the way things are built, the systems. We see, and because fine, I would say in America things are not easy for the Black Americans somewhere somehow. But when you get in Africa, it's also the lack of knowledge. Because in America there could be knowledge, it's there, it's everywhere. But in Africa here, somewhere there's a lack of knowledge. That can also be like one of the greatest hindrances of most African talents that you don't even get to hear of. I mean, we grow up here thinking, all right, I have to finish high school, get a job, get kids, get married, that's it. But see, when you have the lack of knowledge and when you have the lack of all these systems that are put in place for you, it becomes so hard. So it was so hard because first of all, it's the finances. Film school is very expensive. I never even saw my parents supporting me on that, because they only thought about one thing. You have to be a doctor, you have to be a nurse, you have to, I mean, which is a good thing, but see, everybody can't be a doctor, everybody can't be a nurse.
Exactly.
I had a talent because I was a very shy person back in the days. So I couldn't express myself. But I know for sure every time I would sit down and write down something, I would write stories that, some of these things I even remember like, wow, did I actually even write this? Because that's the only way I could express myself, through the pen. And through the pen I found myself express myself through the camera and the lens, you know.
That's
So
amazing.
yeah, first of all, it's the finances, it's the way the system has been built here. You know, you have so many parents telling you, no, you can't do this because, you know, you can't be a cameraman, because we see cameramen as these very local people who just come take pictures for cheap, and then, you know, so they never see these things as
A big opportunity.
yeah, like a big opportunity. But I think right now they don't regret, because
Yeah, man. Look at what you've become.
yeah, from what I've managed to do, even going to South Africa, study, coming back, meeting up with these people, you know, changed, influenced the game here in the countries.
Indeed, man. You've made a huge impact in this country.
I've tried.
as far as filming.
Yeah.
Now
I've
I'm
tried.
starting to see that a lot of people are starting to follow your style of how they film. I've
Yeah.
seen like a few local guys. The way that they do their edits and their cuts and things of that nature, I'm like, man, that looks a little familiar.
I mean, it's a good thing,
though.
but yeah, I feel like
You're pioneering what you do.
yeah. I've tried to, and then there's so many other great people though. Like I feel like Uganda now. When I joined almost 7 years ago after my film school, there's been a lot of videographers that even came up before me that have actually managed to change the game.
Okay.
You know, and I'm glad Africans are now starting to wake up, because we can only tell our own stories though. We can only be able to tell our own stories
You have
the
to
right
control the
way,
narrative.
because we live the culture, we live the traditions here. So
Indeed.
it can only be us. It cannot
Indeed.
be anybody else. Yeah,
Indeed.
apart from us.
That's amazing. What is one of the biggest challenges that you face in this industry?
The biggest challenge, man, I'd say 7 years ago, it was so hard, because you see, when you join an industry and you know how things are here, I'm sure you've lived here enough to know, it is, do you know, who do you know, who knows you, you know, how can I be able to connect you? Because here, it's a thing that I think most Africans have here. It's most of them don't even believe in themselves. Then I'll go back to the whole system, the way the system has been set up. Most Africans think the other side is way much more talented than this side. You know, I think that's called the inferiority complex. I don't know if that's the right term. So most people here don't believe in each other, because they would think you are just trying to either learn from them or trying to finesse, or like to, you know.
Back
take
home,
stuff.
we call it the crab in the barrel mentality. We just
Well-
keep pulling each other down, you know,
Yes.
trying to get out and escape.
Exactly.
And we're not helping each other, basically.
Yeah, so it is very hard for most people to believe in each other here, because it's the way the system has been put up. But yeah, the greatest challenge is here also, you have to know people. If you don't know people, you won't be able to get in the game. Like for most filmmakers, people have to be able to trust you. But also, as a filmmaker, I feel like the challenge is here because of the way things are in the economy. Sometimes the finances to pull off some of these concepts are not there, because first of all, artists are not making money. You know, back in the days they were not, because you know it was the industry was still growing, and you know you didn't have all these 7-8 years ago. I mean, there was no YouTube. YouTube was more of like a myth. People would be like, oh, YouTube, nah, we don't want to get into that.
This thing just came out of nowhere.
Yeah, so those were challenges. I mean, artists could only make money off shows, and if you're not making shows, you're not getting money. You know, just a few challenges here and there. I feel like Uganda is a very hospitable country. It's a place whereby you can get a chance to do stuff. You know, however much when you leave, let's say when you leave Uganda and go to some other neighboring countries, let's say South Africa, Dubai, there's a lot of paperwork that you have to go through. In Uganda, you don't get that. You know, I would say challenges here in Uganda are very few. If you can only know the right market, the right target of people to be able to go through, then the rest are pretty much easy. I feel like in Uganda, if you up your game and you're actually serious about, you know, trying to make money, you can make money. You just have to be able to, you know, be smart and just try to get the right people on your side.
Okay, bro, so I want to ask you, has COVID been a challenge to filming at all? Like filming artists or promoting your videos or anything of that nature?
I mean, COVID has been an effect to so many things. It has caused havoc, I think, to most African countries, even in the industry right now in Uganda. Because the way the system is here, we are more of a community-based industry. You can't make money if you don't have the people. Now, when you choose to lock down everybody, that means people won't be able to gather, or artists won't be able to perform.
Yes.
Now, because the industry starts from the artists. If the artists are not making money, Promoters are not going to make money. Managers are not going to make money. A director is not going to be able to make money. I won't be able to charge what I was charging because I know my musician only makes money off concerts. I mean, Africa is now still trying to get used to this whole system of YouTube.
Yes.
I mean, it's just started like the past 4-5 years or 6 years since the whole YouTube. Yeah, that's when YouTube kind of started getting into the system here, and people started recognizing it. So it's been a huge toll for the industry, like a very huge toll. I won't even.
It seems like COVID caused like a domino effect. You know, once one system shut down, all these other systems, you know, just started shutting down.
Bro, they come crashing down. Man, but then, crazy. You see, I wouldn't want to over complain about COVID because sometimes somewhere if you have to be able to evolve some things, you know, you understand that life is moving in different ways. There's a lot of stuff that are being thrown at you. And I remember trying to tell artists that I feel like the industry somewhere is going to shut down and there will not be concerts for a while. I kind of thought about that. I don't know, because I was seeing a lot of stuff in these American artists doing shows on Facebook. I remember I saw a post when...
the Instagram Live.
The Instagram Live. Yeah, someone was saying, you guys are going to start paying to watch us online. I'm like, what the hell is this? You know, is the industry really going this far? And I'm like,
it's been
somewhere, somehow, yes, it happened. When they shut down artists in the country, here in Uganda, no artist has performed for the past 2 years and a half.
Publicly or open?
Publicly. Open. Well, you know, for 2 years and a half, when you do that,
it's pretty bad, man. It kills morale.
It has killed so much, first of all, so much music, so much creativity that you don't even get to hear. You know, like the industry is kind of in a low because the Ugandan music industry kind of runs everything. From the tourism to...
I've noticed it.
Bro, it has a huge potential that I feel like after tourism, the music industry is probably number 2 or number 3. No lie, no doubt about that. So yes, it has caused havoc. So many things have been shut down. But I think also because there's also others, like, because there's these young filmmakers out there that I know for sure some of them just leave off these young artists, upcoming artists. I mean, like I can only try to imagine what they're going through right now. But then, you know, the world goes whatever direction it goes, and you know, just keeps turning. And I feel like yes, it has affected so many people. But then I also want to be very optimistic and say, you know, given the fact that all these things have been shut down, people need to actually start thinking and evolve. Because if you look at the time that we're in right now, this is the best time to create content because I mean, everybody's at home, people are watching. The fans are no longer going to the clubs, being dictated by the DJs or what kind of music they need to listen to. So artists right now, this is the best time for them to actually put out music. You know, however cheap, however much, you know, making money. But if you put out the music right now, you have a huge fan base of people deciding what they want. So right now is the best time for any artist to be able to come out and put out content because the people are back home and they're watching. They can only decide what they like.
Yes.
So I feel like hope is not lost for everybody. Yes, the industry has been shut down, but then we can't be crying the whole time. Just go back home, create, think, learn a lot of stuff, and just be able to see how you can evolve as an artist. You know. So yeah. So I'm a bit hopeful, man. I'm a bit hopeful. I feel like so many things are gonna come out, even after so many horrible things that have happened. Yeah. So yeah, let's be hopeful and just let them be able to create stuff and, you know, put out stuff there.
That's, you know, that's actually very inspiring. And I'm sure you know that a lot of people already look up to you and they find like a lot of inspiration from the things that you do. So I want to ask, do you have anybody who influences you, or do you have anybody who you are inspired by to do what you do?
I mean, yes, of course. Come on, I grew up watching movies, man. I was being bitten back in the days because here we have cinema halls. Now, a cinema hall back here in our country is like a shack. That's a shack, mostly made out of like iron sheets or timber. Now, those shacks is where you pay like let me see, like $1 or 50 cents to go and watch just one movie.
The translated movies?
Yeah, the translated movies. And I mean, back in the days, they were popular. I mean, almost like 20 years ago. They were so popular here. You watch Indian movies and stuff.
Okay.
So, like, I grew up watching a lot of Indian, American, I grew up watching a lot of Russian movies here. So, to me, somehow, that kind of shaped my life as a filmmaker. They put this kind of curiosity in me that, you know, has kind of sparked up this fire. But then,
that's amazing.
Just to mention a few names, of course, Steven Spielberg, Quentin Tarantino, I would say
He's actually one of my favorite
Antoine Fuqua, I would say kind of so many people. I tend to forget, man. Every time I think about filmmakers, I forget. But there's a lot of people that I've managed to inspire. That even in African directors like Clarence Peters, he's from Nigeria. Kunle Afolayan is a great filmmaker from Nigeria too, and so many people, man. There's a lot of directors that I look up to that even every time I start to think about it, I just forget the names, but there's a lot of so many people. No. Not that I can think of. I have plans to. I have plans to work with because now I've done music videos for almost 7-8 years now, so I'm planning to transition into more filmmaking because that's what I went to film school for. So I am actually in that transition whereby, you know, I even recently shot a movie in Ghana.
Wow.
Yeah.
I was even going to say that too. You move around a lot. I've seen you shoot videos all over the place. You don't just shoot videos here in Uganda.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, I shot that in Ghana with a few guys from Atlanta. So they were just filming like this whole Pan-African story about Americans moving to Africa.
That's what's up.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. I think people should watch out for that. It's directed by Michael. I was glad to be called over there. I mean, from Uganda to go get to Ghana to be the DOP. So it was really amazing work. So yeah, I'm actually not transitioning. So hopefully very soon I will start working with these big names.
Yeah, congratulations, man.
Trying, man. Thanks.
So last few questions I'm gonna ask you is there any advice that you would give any upcoming film artists or any kind of just artist who wants to get into the film industry, period, or even photographers?
I mean, I feel like filmmakers, for you to be able to do this, man, you just have to be able to want this. First of all, you have to be passionate. See, this is an industry whereby you are willing to fail. You're open to failing, but through those mistakes, that's how you're able to create. Because you can only rise up or be out there by having the need or having the want to, you know, explore stuff and, you know. So almost every filmmaker out there, because I used to be passionate about what I was doing, and sometimes people always want to look at the money or how am I going to be able to make money? But see, money comes later. It comes later. For you, you have to be able to create and let the money just come as a bonus. And when you're able to learn and be able to learn all your technical know-hows and all these things, you can always set up a system whereby now you can start making money.
Okay.
So every filmmaker out there, just get a camera, man. Just go outside there, start shooting stuff, film anybody, even your people at home, film, edit, play around. There's a lot of learning tutorials on YouTube. Even me myself, before I even went to film school, I was learning off YouTube. Like YouTube just taught me everything, man. I was getting a camera, shooting, trying to like be able to explore these things. There's a lot of stuff out there. Just try to learn, follow your best filmmakers, see how they do stuff, but above all, be able to become your unique you, because you can only be you. Because I feel like every human being or every filmmaker is a whole different story. You cannot be able to stand out by just being you.
All right.
So yeah, just keep pushing, stay, and always make sure you stay relevant.
That's what's up, man. Yo, thanks a lot for doing this interview with me and everything. I really appreciate you taking your time out to come out here and do this with me.
Thanks, man.
Last but not least, where can my subscribers find you? Like, where can they find your latest work and what you're doing, what you're working on?
I mean, I'm pretty much on every social media now, social media platform. I'm on Instagram. I use Sasha Vybz Director. I'm sure you probably put like an ad there.
I'm going to plug that in for you guys.
Facebook, I'm there, Sasha Vybz. I'm on Snapchat, Sasha Vybz, DIR. I'm on IMDb, Sasha Vybz Director.
Okay.
You can also check my website, SashaVybzProductions.com. SashaVybzProductions.com. Pretty much everywhere. I'm on YouTube. I have a YouTube channel too, Sasha Vybz Productions.
You guys go and subscribe to that one,
just go subscribe to that, and just, ladies and gentlemen, go and subscribe to King of Butunda.
Thank you so much.
YouTube channel, man. It's like I feel like you've been pushing a lot of stuff, man. I'm really
trying.
Yeah, even before I met him, I had actually seen his stuff because I think I was on this journey to check out, you know, the whole Pan-African stuff and people moving back here and there. And then, I mean, I landed on your channel and it was so amazing. I was like, wow, this guy actually moved here and he's living the life. Like, you know, I can imagine. So I think that kind of made me appreciate my country more.
Yeah.
Because of the stuff I was watching.
Thank you.
You know, then actually wanted to, because most people in Africa always want to move there,
Over there.
but they don't understand. So, you know,
Yeah, I
thanks for
appreciate
opening
that,
people's
man.
eyes, man.
Yeah,
And
of course.
keep doing what you're doing, brother. It's amazing stuff, man.
Thank you so much. All right.
Yeah.
All right, family. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this interview up. I appreciate everybody for watching this episode. If you're new to my channel, go ahead and subscribe now. Hit the thumbs up button if you like this episode. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think of this episode. If you have any questions for Sasha, you let me know. Leave me a comment, and I will shoot it right over to him. Everyone else, you have a blessed and wonderful day. Thank you for watching. Peace.